my reaction to U.S. Senate Republican leader Mitch McConnell's proposed stimulus bill, which refuses to offer any additional support to states. By the way, the fact that I said Republican leader is only to designate that they are in the majority in the Senate. I promise you I would be saying the same thing if the leadership were in Democratic hands and they put forth a similar bill. So, and it is this is a slap in the face of every governor across the country, Republican and Democrat, who have shouldered the responsibility of responding to this pandemic. Even with the hard-fought flexibility for the $2.4 billion that we received from the CARES Act's Coronavirus Relief Fund, a fight, by the way, which was not only hard, but in which we had to take it up directly with the Trump administration. And that was under Senator McConnell's plan. There would be zero flexibility with any new funding to come. Zero. What New Jersey has gotten back is a drop in the bucket compared to our needs. Moreover, you would be hard-pressed to find a state anywhere that would say differently. Because of this pandemic, we are undergoing a historic fiscal crisis, the likes of which has only happened twice in our state's 244-year history, as I've said here many times, the Civil War and the Great Depression. In May, we projected that this pandemic would dig a $9.9 billion budget hole by June of next year. And by the way, we're not alone. The nonpartisan and very responsible Center for Budget and Policy Priorities estimates that nationwide states are staring down a combined hole of $555 billion by fiscal year 2022. We have slashed planned spending to enact an austere stopgap budget, and we dipped into the rainy day fund just to get us through the next 2 months. We have directed all state departments to plan for 15% budget cuts starting this fall. In the meantime, we cannot ignore our current needs, meeting sharply increased costs for emergency response, public education, public transit, small business aid, and the full range of social services that our residents rely upon. School funding is especially critical because we cannot fully support our districts in their plans for the upcoming school year without help from Washington. We are staring directly at a $1 billion cut in aid to our public schools, and we'll have to further cut operating aid to our struggling colleges and universities, which, by the way, have already cut by nearly $200 million. Over the past 5 months, more than 120,000 New Jerseyans have lost their health insurance, and the costs of Medicaid will go up. We cannot lose one penny of essential federal aid to support these residents. And given that we are facing both a health care and an unemployment crisis, it would be beyond cruel to see them cut out. The House of Representatives, on the other hand, would protect these residents, as well as those in long-term care facilities and residents with intellectual and developmental disabilities, through the HEROES Act that it has passed. But Senator McConnell's bill would leave them and millions of others out in the stifling summer heat to wither. We will do everything we can to get the message through to Senator McConnell that his plan would hurt the very people who are going to rebuild this country stronger after this pandemic passes. He has my word on that. By the way, a guy elected to the Senate in